This is Acapulco following Hurricane Otis, a Category 5 hurricane which broke records on Wednesday after developing and strengthening from a tropical storm to a Category 5 hurricane in the space of just 12 hours, the fastest strengthening of a tropical cyclone ever recorded in the northeastern Pacific. And as you can see here behind me, the town has been devastated. Barely a single piece of glass here remains intact as toppled trees have crushed vehicles and destroyed hotels and homes. And we're going to take you round and show you just how devastating Hurricane Otis has been to this Mexican Pacific beach resort. Hurricane Otis was a Category 5 storm, and just to give you an idea of what that means, that is the strongest possible category of hurricane that there is, and you can see here the strength of it. You can see here behind me the McDonald's golden arches have been completely doubled over, as well as trees all along this main drag have been uprooted and thrown into the air and landed, as you can see here. And that is just how devastating, how strong these 270-kilometre-hour winds, rain and hail, which pummeled Acapulco during this very serious meteorological event. The Mexican authorities and rescue services are on the streets and have been since the storm struck in the early hours of Wednesday morning. And even through the night they have been working. As we drove into town last night, the streets were flooded from the very entrance to this mountain bay where Acapulco is situated. The streets were flooded, but nevertheless we saw families, individuals carrying their belongings away through the water on their backs in shopping carts, however they could, as they sought to reach higher ground and away from areas which continue to present dangers in the wake of this very serious hurricane. We see electric pylons have been knocked over, trees blocking the roads, and a great deal of cleanup which is now going to be necessary for Acapulco to even begin its road to recovery. Here behind me at the local Walmart, looting has now begun as people fill up shopping carts and their own vehicles with products which they say are now becoming scarce: water, food, gas canisters, all the things which are not now readily available here in Acapulco in the wake of this storm. And people here say that even if they wanted to pay for them, that would be difficult. There's no electricity or phone signal to pay with a credit or debit card, and cash itself is also an issue here. The banks have all been devastated. They're all put out of action by this storm, as well as the ATMs. So this is what's going on now. People here say inside that people are grabbing whatever they can, something akin to Black Friday inside this Walmart here, as people desperately search for the supplies they need to weather the fallout of this devastating hurricane. As a beach resort, Acapulco's economy depends almost entirely upon tourism. And you can see here along the seafront where these famous restaurants, these clubs, these bars have all been completely destroyed. Here in this taco joint, you can see that the devastation is real. The roof has been taken off, the kitchen has been completely destroyed, the place is covered in glass, the walls have fallen down, and this is now going to represent serious problems, not only in the short term for Acapulco, but also in the medium to long term, as this town now seeks to welcome tourists back. Here by the Pacific Ocean on Acapulco's famous beach, where you can see Acapulco Bay, the place which made this a famous beach resort here in Mexico. The beach is now scattered with the debris following this Category 5 hurricane. Helicopters fly overhead as the authorities attempt to get a reading on exactly how much damage has been done. But following this very serious Hurricane Otis, it's going to be a long, long road to recovery for one of Mexico's most famous beach resorts. I've been Alasdair Baverstock reporting here for CGTN from Acapulco in Mexico.